Hi everyone, my name is Diana Pavlic. I'm coming from Geodesy Group and I will speak about in-field plant phenotyping using aerial image-based point cloud. Why is this topic relevant? What is the plant phenotyping and why is the plant phenotyping important? Here on this slide you can see one very well-known equation in the crop plant science. So genotype, multiple environment, multiple management give us information about phenotype. And phenotype are different parameters related to the plant structural and functional properties. When we have some phenotyping information, they can support crop breeding process, giving more input on genotype level, or they can support management decisions, sometimes in real time, about the fertilization or something else. In the last, let's say, 10 years, we are facing rapid development in the area of UAV-based data capturing. How can advanced data capturing support further development of precision agriculture? Can we understand crop better and have more efficient plant breeding and crop production? Today, I will speak about two topics. One of them is UAV-based crop height estimation, and another is a bit more detailed view into crop surface itself. What is crop height? Crop height is the shortest distance between soil surface and the upper plant tissues. Why is this important? Crop height as a geometrical parameter indicate expected yield and also crop stress. It's usually measured using the ruler directly on the field, measuring some samples and averaging the value per some area of interest, in this case plot level. It's subjective and time intensive, but still industrial standard. Can we use UAV RGB images and structure from motion algorithms to create multi-temporal 3D crop models, which can be used to estimate crop height? Here on the left side, you can see how the drone captures 2D images over the field and how the structure from motion algorithm use the same points on the different images to reconstruct from 2D to 3D. So we can build multi-temporal crop surface model from early stage, from the seeding to the harvest, whatever we want. Fly over the field with less time and labor invested to the measurement process, having high spatial resolution and doing this in non-invasive way. There is existing workflow how to estimate crop height from UAV RGB images. So we need to have some reference soil surface, we need to have some crop surface, build the difference between two surfaces, and use some zonal statistic to get the value per area of interest. But in this whole process, there are some things which need to be investigated, especially on the data side. And this is following. This investigation was done inside or within the CropWatch project. And what we did there, we compare UAV capture data with something we often use in geodesy. This is telestial laser scanning. We talked about crop surface representation, evaluate distance calculation a bit, and we present the whole investigation and result within the CropWatch project. What is the result of UAV structure from motion? So first output is dense point cloud. It's the same output as the output from the terrestrial laser scanning. But point cloud in terrestrial laser scanning is a result of direct measurement, and image-based point cloud is result of reconstruction from 2D images to 3D surface. So we expect that algorithms used for these reconstructions influence the data. How to represent the cropped surface, how to go from something which is 3D point cloud to some intermediate product, which can be 2.5D crop height raster. There are also some open questions, what to do with empty cells, which value, which point cloud the data will represent the cell, how the data density influence the resolution of this raster, and in general, do we need to do it? Is 3D point cloud enough, or we should use some intermediate product? When we look here, we can see one cross section of the point cloud from terrestrial laser scanner, and firstly, we can see these gray points are all the measurement points and how the measurement penetrate to the crop. First, we can notice, and then we should think about, okay, if we want to build some height raster, which cell value should represent this crop height? Is it maximum, mean, median, or we should use some percentiles? And we conclude that maximum value is good choice if we are sure that our data are without outliers in our measurements. Also interesting to see how the different sensors create different height representation. For example, we can see here how the structure promotion underestimate a crop height a bit, which is somehow expected because of this reconstruction from 2D to 3D. How to, so crop height is the distance between crop surface and soil surface. There are different ways how to calculate those data. So we can go on the point cloud based approaches and raster based approaches. Point cloud based approaches are often used in engineering geodesy, and they are quite intensive because of the point cloud size and density. What we conclude here that all the methods behave almost the same, and then we should consider look at the efficiency side and say, okay, probably raster-based methods are more easier from the hardware capacity and so on, easier to do. But here we want to emphasize that using directly export from some structured from motions software is maybe not the best idea, because we don't know what the algorithm does. But if we do the rasterization ourselves, we can be sure about the proper representation. When we talk about conclusions and results here, we are aware that UAV-based crop height estimation is underestimated in relation to TLS crop height, as we consider here as a real reference from the measurement view, and is a bit also underestimated according to the industrial standard, which is ruler measurement. Talking about, okay, what we can give to plant breeders from our captured data. In our crop watch project, we had 12 different genotypes, 2 seasons, 2 locations, and 2 management systems. What we did, we capture the phenotyping information, which is crop height, which can help them to make some conclusions regarding some specific genotypes or some specific locations and management systems. We can provide growth curves in the breeding experiments for different genotypes and different management systems, and they can monitor the development of the crop during the season. Additional information which is coming as add-on to this 3D data capturing is in the field crop height variability. So this is something which can with this high spatial resolution and geolocation of our measurements. For example, here we can see crop height variation per each 5 centimeters. Also, if they're interested in some specific crop like genotype like caribou here, and they want to monitor the behavior of growth of this specific genotype for different seasons, different location, and different management system, they can look at charts like this. Conclusions and investigation regarding crop height estimation using RGB UAV data were published during the Geospatial Week last year. But they also opened this investigation also opened some questions regarding crop surface itself, like what is the crop surface actually? How to create reliable description of the crop surface when we don't have reference data. This surface is quite complex and it's also moving because of the wind and so on. How this description of surface differed between different crops and how it's different between different sensing systems we use. Our goal here is a look how the different sensing systems measure the same object. What does it tell us in the sense of sensing system and crop we observe? We want to find numerical descriptors which provide a better view of the sensing system capabilities. And we want to find a workflow to represent crop surface using different sensing systems and setups. To answer those questions, we established one measurement campaign this year in Campus Klein-Altendorf, Central Finnerup field. We observed 2 different crops, summer wheat and corn, with multi-temporally using 3 different software sensors: image-based UAV, LiDAR-based UAV, and terrestrial laser scanner. And what we expect that different sensor, let's say, see the same object differently. For example, here we can see one plot of the summer wheat, high resolution orthomosaic created from the structure for motion, 3 millimeters per pixel. This is around 10 square meters. We can see that summer wheat is in some later stage. Wheat tears are already present. This is top view, and when we look into the data from the side, measure with different sensing systems, we can see how the different sensing systems see the same plot differently. Here we can see in blue how LiDAR see the data, then how structure for motion in green, and what UAV LiDAR sees in red. Also, the even more interesting situation for the cornfield. Our question is how to put values, numbers to this visual appearance, how to access differences between sensors. We are working on one workflow, and this is our current research we want to answer. Coming back to the relevance, can the technological development in the area of UAV-based data capture and support precision agriculture. It has a huge potential, but it's challenging because of the complexity of the plant structure on the single plant level and also on the field scale. A lot of steps and procedures need to be investigated and clarified in this process, and this is of course our mission here as well. Thank you for your time.